It is really funny that Brandon brought that up last night.
Oh,
How
yeah.
we show girls Todd's picture, and then they say he's not hot, and David and I are like...
Jason and I have this thing where we think Todd's like extremely sexy, and we always show girls pictures of him, and they always say things like, I don't know, he's not that good looking. And yesterday I figured it out. I think Todd's sexy because Jason beat it into my head that he's sexy.
I didn't think Todd was sexy either until I went to the den with him for the first time. Like when I first started hanging out with all of you guys.
You went to a bar with him and you realized he was sexy?
Dude, I was in the den one night. It was, it's like fucking Rob Lowe, like 1985 was in there. I know you don't get that reference, but it
like
was...
Harry Styles?
It was, yeah, well, it wasn't Harry Styles, but it was like...
It was like Harry Styles at the Kids' Choice Awards. Oh, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, there was just girls like dripping off of him. Everyone taking their shot.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and all kinds of girls. White girls, African-American girls, fat girls, goth girls, there was an Asian girl. Like, I mean, everyone taking their shot, like all different types of styles.
And what was he saying to all that?
He just had his hands in his pocket, and he was just fucking like, he just looked like, yeah, this is how it is. Like, this is how it's always been. I mean, I think Scott will tell you, Scott, his best friend, that, he knew Todd was very good looking at an early age.
It must be tough being good looking.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. I can tell you. I can speak from experience.
Really? How long have you been good looking for?
Since I got my plastic surgery.
What's the toughest part about being good looking?
Probably just turning people down.
You turn a lot of people down?
Yeah, I just have to say, I can't talk to you. You're not good looking enough.
You have a lot of girls throw yourself at you, right?
Well, sometimes I volunteer at the dog shelter, the female dog shelter. So
the female dog shelter?
Yeah, so they throw themselves at me. I want to apologize to the audience for wherever I just took that improv. That was maybe the worst joke I've ever made. And let me just say to all of you, I want to reassure you that the comedy will get better, and I'm going to try my best. And if stopping this and derailing this show for that joke is any consolation...
Okay, we got it. I have a fun celebrity story with my girlfriend, Liza.
Yeah.
We went to the Spider-Man premiere.
Oh yeah,
and one of her favorite celebrities of all time was in attendance. Right. I mean, her hero. Like, this is a girl, and for the sake of the argument, I'm gonna make up a name because I don't want to say her name just in case.
Sure.
So let her name be
Jessica Simpson.
Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer Aniston. That one's easy to remember for me. So we found out that Jennifer Aniston is going to be at this premiere, and Liza, since she's moved to LA 2 years ago. This is her dream to meet Jennifer Aniston. Like, there's nothing greater than this. Like, this is it. And we're looking for her around at the after party of this premiere. And she's nowhere to be found. We've literally walked the entire thing for like 20 minutes just looking for her. And we can't find her. So we're about to go home. We're like, screw it, let's go. Liza's like, maybe this isn't the right time. I'm not feeling it anymore. Like, it needs to be the right time when she meets Jennifer Aniston because she really wants it to be perfect. So we're leaving, and then this other actor from the movie comes up to me, and he's like, hey, I'm friends with Josh Peck, who's a mutual friend of ours. And he's like, I really wanted to meet you and introduce myself. So I'm like, hey, what's up? And we were just talking, and I told him, I'm like, yeah, my girlfriend loves Jennifer Aniston. And he's like, oh, you mean Jay? And I'm like, Jay who? Oh, you have a nickname for her? And he's like, yeah, come here, I'll introduce you. And he's like, yeah, she's right over there. And then he took us to Jay, and I'm like, Liza, come on, he's gonna take us to Jay, to Jennifer Aniston. And Liza's like, no, it's okay. And I'm like, oh, Liza just doesn't want to go, but don't worry, I'm gonna make her day right here. So I'm like, no, Liza, come on, let's go, let's do this. So I'm like all excited. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna do this. Liza's gonna be so happy after she meets Jennifer Aniston. She's
gonna respect me.
She's gonna finally respect me. And we're walking over there, and a bunch of kids run up to Liza. And they're like maybe 10, 12 years old. And they're like, can we have a picture? And Liza doesn't say no to anybody for pictures. And neither do I. I never say no to a picture. But at the time, I'm like, this guy's taking us to meet this person. It's an important person. Liza's been dying to meet this person. I told the kids, I'm like, I pointed to their dad. And I'm like, listen, sir, I see you. You're wearing that blue shirt. You're the only one wearing that blue shirt. You're wearing that shirt. I'll be back. We'll take pictures with you guys. I promise. And he just gave me such a dirty look. But I was like, I know we're going to be back. This is fine. We'll go take the picture. Liza meets Jennifer Aniston. And it's just like so encounter. It's literally just like, hey, I look up to you, blah 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 blah. It's nothing great. And Liza's
was Jennifer Aniston kind of a jerk?
No. It was just like there wasn't, you know.
Which, by the way, we're not talking about Jennifer Aniston.
No,
right.
There wasn't enough like oomph in the conversation. Mm-hmm. So Liza's walking away. She's like kind of bummed out that like it wasn't the best meeting, and she's like, she was like, I shouldn't have met her now. It should have been another time. And then we walk up to the kids, and the kids all have like a frown on them, like they're all like frowning, like they're all pissed at Liza, and their dad goes, these are Jennifer Aniston's nieces and nephews. And he's like pissed. And Liza's like, shit. And we're just like, oh my God. And it was like, he was angry. Like he was mad. And Liza takes pictures with them. She's as nice as she can be. And then she just starts crying. And then she cries all the way out of the premiere. And I felt so bad. Like I'm chasing her. She's like trying to get out of there really quick because she's crying. She's in tears. Yeah. And I'm like, fine. I'm like, Liza, slow down. And she's just crying. And like, this was the worst, like in the moment, it was like the worst moment of her life. But then we got in my car. And then, 5 minutes.
Your car's so fucking awesome that it's.
She realized she's living such a lucky life.
She's with me, and I'm so great.
No. We got in the car and
David, what am I crying about?
You have a Tesla.
Yeah, you have a Tesla.
No, but like 5 minutes into the car, she just started laughing. She's like, "That was like, what are the chances of that?"
Do you know what I think when you told me that story? This is what popped into my head. Was the uncle?
Yeah.
Was he by chance like the famous person's like hanger-on dude that like wasn't famous and like was like taking on her celebrity? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, probably.
Like, was he like a producer or like who was this guy? Like,
I mean, yeah, he was probably just like a family member that like was kind of latching on to Jennifer Aniston.
I hate when people do that. I hate when people latch on to other people's celebrity like that. Well, I do it a lot with you, but
no, I don't know. I don't think it was. I think he was in the right to make that face and to like be like that because I don't know. We kind of just.
Well, why? You explained it, right? Why didn't you explain it? Why didn't you say?
Because I wasn't there. Liza told me what happened.
But why didn't Liza go, hey, I'm so sorry. I really wanted to meet her, and that was why I turned your autograph down.
I think she did, but
but it was too late by then.
Yeah,
they sound like assholes.
Jennifer Aniston's
they sound like real
nieces.
Dicks.
No, but it turned out great.
Did you see what's going on with my feet this week?